soon as this is uploaded, get it on fucking YouTube. Get it on YouTube as soon as it's uploaded. Or not uploaded, rendered. Get it uploaded by 7 o'clock. Now I know how to use that damn schedule. You should know how to use it. You the goddamn cameraman. Alright, Beastal. Alright, people. There's so much on my plate right now. I want to talk about the video bumping. Seriously, I got that to talk about. I mean, but that right now, everyone's beating that to death. This and that is a joke, just like the people using it, and it's going to continue to happen because people are just, what do you call it? They're greedy as hell. I got that on my docket. Guns for Hire made a video last night that I want to rebut to. I got that. I got so much, but here's something that's really important right now. That is more important than that stuff right now. It has to do with the same goddamn constitutional right this country has, whatever. The United States of America, the same goddamn country that lets a mother tape her daughter's mouth shut after an accident gone wrong and just dump the body in a fucking ravine somewhere. The same goddamn bullshit. There's an Oklahoma pharmacist, right? His name is Jerome Ersland. Two 16-year-olds, 14-year-olds, whatever, came into his pharmacy 2 years ago. Trying to rob him. So what did he do? He shot him. Chased the other one around the counter, chased him out of the store, came back, thought the guy was still alive and shot him 5 more times, right? And guess what? He got sentenced to life in prison right now in Oklahoma. Because he went to work that day trying to sell people medicine that needed it. While these two goddamn crackheads, whatever, robbed his ass, so he defended himself. What was he supposed to do? What was he supposed to do? Let them rob and kill him, whatever? He had 2 women in the store. What was he supposed to do? So this man, let me get this straight with the United States government right now. This man went to work. See, if these 2 punks didn't go in his goddamn pharmacy that day, he'd still be being a pharmacist, still be helping people out. But because he went to work that day, he's going to spend life in prison for the rest of his life. Right now. Because he defended himself and 2 customers in the store. Or 2 people that work in the store. What kind of goddamn constitutional right? What kind of shit is that? What's he supposed to do? Get robbed, get shot in the head, and be like, well, you know what? It was a good thing to do because you know what these 2 used? They got by this and that. Get the fuck out of here. So let me explain something to you. If this guy didn't have a job or something like that, then he wouldn't be in jail right now for the rest of his life because then this wouldn't happen. But because he went to work that day and he was being robbed, see, this was the thing. He didn't ask to be robbed. He didn't ask for these 2 kids to come in and rob him. He was just doing his job. But because they robbed him and he defended himself and killed one of them and chased the other one out of the store and came back and shot the guy 5 more times because he thought he was moving, he's in prison for the rest of his life. You see what I'm saying? Now, how is that justice? How is that justice? United States, you need to rewrite some of the goddamn rules in your goddamn judicial system because they are blatantly corrupt. Here's a man that went to work one day. Probably went to school. I don't know how long he go to school to be a pharmacist, but went to school, did all the right things in life, and now he's spending the rest of his life. He's like 59 years old. He'll die in prison because he didn't choose to die that day. He should have just, you know what he should have said? You know what? Hey, kill me. That's what would have, according to the U.S. Constitution, judicial system, he should have just been killed. And let the 2 women in the store been killed with him. It is bullshit. I can't believe it. This is the same country that thrown Wesley Snipes in jail for 3 to 5 years, whatever he's got, and let Casey Anthony walk after she duct taped her daughter's mouth and dumped the body in a ravine because of an accident gone wrong. A swimming pool accident gone wrong. That's like me taking care of someone's dog, right? And something happens to it, so I just dumped the dog in the park and say it ran away. No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, look, man, this dog, man, got sick, this and that, or I ran over by a car, whatever happened. I said, look, I hit it by accident, this and that. I would come out. I'd have a much respect for an animal, let alone a human baby, 3-year-old girl. But this country says, you know what? 4 years is enough. You know, it was a slap on her. The judicial system in this country needs some goddamn abrupt fixing. It needs some fixing done immediately. As far as I'm concerned, that pharmacist did the right thing. Spent time in college, go to a school to be a pharmacist, a good paying job, and now look at him. Sitting in prison for life in prison because 2 punks came in there and chose to rob him that day. He didn't ask to be robbed. So if these 2 punks didn't go in to rob him, guess what? He'd be walking the street right now doing his job. But because he was put in a life or death situation and he chose to live, he lives the rest of his life in prison. Don't make any sense. That's why this takes precedent right now over the bumping thing. Like I said, the video bumping thing, it's bullshit. I will make a video on that. Maybe I'll make one right after this, but I don't want to join them in the same one. But this is both the United States judicial system. President Obama, whoever, you need to set a legislation in effect to go over these laws, because I don't know when the fuck they were written. They are protecting criminals more than they protect victims. And you need to revise these laws. Because I'm telling you right now, someone breaks in my house, I hear that someone breaks in your house, they better be in your house. Lord help them. Someone breaks in my house, I ain't even going to say what I'm going to do. But I ain't worried about going to prison the rest of my life. I'm going to protect my life. I'm not going to let some punk take my life. I'll play the cards. I'll play the gamble. But you need to really revise these government laws. 59-year-old man. I don't know if he's married or not, or has any kids, this, that. But he's in prison for the rest of his life because he chose to live. Don't make any sense. Criminals have more rights in this country than people that are just living and doing the right thing. Get this uploaded immediately.